Welcome to our next episode of Weekly Wildcard. We're here with the co-founders of Aam Beer, Matilla and such. So let's go through a quick introduction, where you come from and, what brought you to Aam Beer.
So, hi guys, I'm Matilla and I'm a co-founder with Aam Beer. Professionally, I'm an architect, but we got married and I got into this idea of getting Indian mangoes and brewing into a beer. And this has been our very fun journey together.
Thanks.
And such, how about you?
Of course, I started my career as a doctor, genetic engineer, built a healthcare company, been building startups since last 10 years. Been working on Aam Beer idea for the last couple of years. It took us many, many iterations to build the Aam Beer as a product. That's what we basically started together and been on journey since last many years.
Thanks. Awesome.
Thank you.
So let's go into this. Aam Beer, it's a new beer out there, and it's a very unique beer. Yeah. How did this come to be? How did you come to be to want to include the Indian Alphonso mango in this, and how did that come to be?
Should I go? Or?
No, I can go. So he, 10 years ago, started getting premium mangoes from India. And bringing mangoes from India is a very tricky job because you have to make sure the DNA doesn't come and it's all cleaned out properly before bringing any fruit.
The process is called irradiation.
Process.
So no fresh food can come in the country without the irradiation is done. That means it has to go through the pass through the X-rays, like the rays.
Okay.
The rays. So it's all, the seeds are clean.
Yeah. And then you bring the mangoes. And he's been doing this, helping the farmers basically was the idea in India to educate them how the process is done. So he went to India, set up the factories there, had one person from United States as an inspector there, and they were able to understand the process and get knowledge about how to get mangoes outside of India, how to distribute it basically. So that was very tricky procedure that he resolved and educated the farmers there. It's been. He did that for 5 years, 6 years, and they were like, now they know what to do. Let's go ahead. What's next? So then he was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do something related to alcohol and mango. I'm like, we have tried fruit beers. Let's try fruit beer. But then we did not want it to have the fruit taste because not everybody likes a fruity beer. So we tried a couple of options there, and then we realized that the sugar in the mango converts perfectly into a premium beer, and the fizz is amazing on it. But you do not get the taste. Only you get after effects of it, and you get the aroma of mango.
Yeah, and you were so kindly to send me some, and I tasted it, and it was awkward at first mentally to say there was mangoes in this. I've never had a beer that had mango in it, but it was awesome. It was great. And it was really, really didn't have that overwhelming fruity taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically, I'm just going to go back to the story a little bit.
Sure.
We have probably around 50,000 customers who are receiving the fresh mangoes, and we sent out a survey, what else you would like to have. The mango beer was one of the options, but then the mango wine and pickles and all the different kinds of items come with mango. 32,753 people responded they would like to try mango beer. So that was kind of a web testing. We know there is a market there. So we hired master brewers involved many, many places. We tried to brew beer in India. We tried to brew beer in Belgium, in different parts of country here as well. We ended up settling it somewhere in the Midwest. Finding the best brewer who could brew the beers with the fruit pulp. And most of the beers, which are sweet in taste, they add a fructose after beer is made. So it's not so great, so the yeast can't break it down.
Okay.
So to make this beer possible, we had to change the fermentation process, go through multiple steps, add few steps, and to be able to bring the product like this.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And, tremendous journey. Yeah. Obviously to go around the world and find a beer maker that can do this is no small feat. Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit. You're married. Yeah. You're co-founders. You do this together. How do you do it?
Yeah, we just matched the t-shirts.
Yeah.
That's the best we could do.
But his story started from love of mangoes. Like you meet any Indian and you talk about mangoes, they'll be like, "Oh, it's our thing." Like it's every Indian you meet, you're gonna love mangoes. And I've been here.
They miss the mango most when they're expat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like kind of relating to home.
That's the thing.
Sure.
This mango season is only during the summer, so it's like a short period of time when we enjoy real mangoes. You cannot compare any mangoes around the world. Indian mangoes have different taste, different flavor, different aroma, and just a different kind of love for the fruit. So I was missing mangoes a lot, and I had met him like 2 months ago or something like that, and he's like, "Okay, let's go on a date." So he takes me out on a date, and we're going, and he brings me to a warehouse at Newark Airport. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna get murdered."
No.
No, but then it was fine. But then he takes me out of the car. There are like 2 white vans standing there, and he opens the vans, and I see these boxes full of mangoes. And I'm like, okay, I'm in love with this guy more than I'm in love with the fruit. So that's how.
Yeah, it's a mango love story. She basically was a huge fan of mango, and I was the only one who was bringing the mangoes in the country back then. One of the few ones.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Wow, that's so great." But if you look at why the word Alfonso, the word comes from Portuguese. When they were colonizing the world, when they tasted these mangoes first time, they called this king of mangoes Alphonse. That's why it's called as Alfonso mangoes. It's made with a very premium fruit, which is available in very small parts in the world. So yeah.
So yeah, then we were doing mango business around here with like very not limited market, basically very high-end clients, basically.
Yeah,
very high-end clients, and they were like, "Oh, those people still say, 'Oh, do you do mango?' And then we get a shipment for them, just for them." We don't do a full-fledged business because there are a lot of farmers who already provide now. They're settled down, so we don't want to make it into a business.
Let me explain what she's trying to say. Well, basically, when I started out, there was no there was no imported mangoes business in US back then. Sort of like, if you look at it, you're getting mango from Haiti and you're getting mango from Dominican Republic, all different parts of the world. The Mexican mangoes, they're super cheap. Imagine a perishable fruit coming overseas to India. It needs to fly. It needs to come in air freight. So by the time it gets here, it's super duper expensive. So 1 dozen, like 12 mangoes, would cost anywhere between $50 to $100 just to try it. So it's the most expensive fruit sold on the shelf. When I started, the market cap of mango-related business of Indian mango was 0. I basically grew that entire supply chain category to $70 million the business annually in like 2 months. So that's my basically giving back to the society.
Sure.
Yeah. And all the money we made in fresh fruit was just went to pure charity.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome that you guys do that. Obviously supporting the farmers that you're getting this from. So awesome. Great story.
Nice. Yeah.
Now we'll go into another story.
Yeah, sure.
So, the non-alcoholic beers today.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to do them. Everybody's trying to come out with new flavors, new mixes and everything. You have a little bit of a story. You tried this.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Wow. So non-alcoholic has become a massive trend. Myself, I love beers, and I used to drink beer a lot. And everybody is just like all of a sudden switch gears and in non-alcoholic beer. We love it. And I wanted to preserve the taste. To basically make a beer non-alcoholic, you have to go through a whole different process. The very proprietary processes actually exist in the market to make a beer non-alcoholic. So we ended up going through that same cycle of many years of grueling research and putting it meticulously, how we cannot lose a test and still produce the non-alcoholic beer.
Sure.
That is the process we went through. We are about to launch in a couple of months our non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
But she's been on a journey of how to actually bring a product to the market and then take it out to the public. And I'm kind of like, I've done this in last 10, 15 years, many times. So it's been like, I'm letting them go through their own journey. We have one more co-founder, Pratik. in the company, and Mithila. So I watch it and I guide it, and that's our a coach plus a partnership journey, which is very hard, extremely difficult to manage.
Yeah.
But it's been great.
But there's another thing. This great thing about the mango fruit is it keeps re-fermenting in the can itself once it's canned down, and the taste keeps changing over the period of time. It doesn't go bad. The alcohol rate doesn't increase, but the taste just keeps variating in every different can part. That's happening because it's a real fruit, no fructose, nothing added in there.
Sure.
So that's the best part about this.
Yeah, it's unique. Everything is pretty unique.
Pretty unique.
Yeah.
Seems like and sounds like it's a long road though.
It's really unique.
So we talk about, these mangoes that are very specific.
Yeah.
And, let's talk supply chain now. You're talking about, you've already mentioned it.
Yeah.
Super expensive to bring them. They have to be air freighted in.
Yeah.
Most likely, you're buying in bulk. You have to make it make sense. What is the supply chain like with this? How hard is it to get your hands on these? And I imagine it's, you've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, it's been more than 2 years, at least just to producing the batches, limited batches, and distribute them or build the brand. I want to go. I know you want to answer.
No. Go ahead. This is you.
But think about when you're building a product, there are a lot of limitation when you want to try to scale it.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if I want to buy in bulk, I just can't buy too much quantity in the bulk because it's perishable. The pulp is perishable too. So major ingredients, all other ingredients are very purely common in beer industry, but still the premium quality hops, premium quality barleys. We still use the best yeast there. We have to also maintain the entire beer making process goes through 2 different stages where we transfer from wort to a whole different process where the typical beer would go through. But the hardest part of getting and planning all this product from different parts of the world is the most hardest one. So if I am going to give you 100 cases of order tomorrow, I need to plan at least 3 to 4 months in advance to be able to make sure there are enough supplies to be able to give that. So the business is constrained by the very nature of how much pulp is available in the market, how much resources we have available in the market for this different category of premium products. So it's not that the World Cup is happening next year in US and we can just go and sell 10,000 or 100,000 cases or produce them in that short period of time. Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants to have premium Alphonso mango beer, they need to probably advance order with us because there is a lot goes into the planning. There is a lot goes into shipping the product from India to over here. It needs to be in a warehouse. It needs to transfer to the brewing facility, and they need to also open the exact same amount of packets because pulp, we don't bring them in like 100 kg bags on like big drums. We bring it in a very small packaging. So the packaging also kind of like restrict us in terms of how we scale this product. We have reached to a pretty massive capacity, even though how difficult it is. So we can produce up to 1 million cans. That's the capacity. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Per month, we have that much capacity.
That's awesome.
So that much meticulous level we have, that is the limit we can get to. Otherwise, you have to spend a lot of money.
Still a lot.
Yeah, but if you look at the beer consumption worldwide, it's like nothing. It's just a micro number. 1 million cans is nothing.
Yeah.
So yes.
True, and in the grand scheme of things, it's like really not. We're probably going through 1 million cans a day, in the country.
And just to do that 1 million cans a day, I'll be probably buying 5% of total pulp produced in India for Alphonso mangoes, beside the fresh fruit.
5%
of total pulp. So
wow,
that's a pretty significant number.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So very, very specialized.
Yeah. So,
very specialized.
Yeah. So we're like now considering if there is a way we could just bring the same taste if there is an alternative mango type we have. So we're looking at researching that as well.
Sure.
So we can optimize the production and the scale.
Oh, jeez, this is amazing story.
Yeah.
I want to keep going with this because there's another aspect to this as well as, again, going back to the overall market, you're a new player.
Yeah.
There's thousands of beers out there.
100%.
What is your message? What is your, when you were deciding we're going to go to market, we want to go to market, we're going to compete with everybody, though we have a very specialized niche beer, a craft beer, which has been booming. Some, metrics are saying bigger than the big brands.
Yeah.
So what was your message? I mean, what was your message going to market in your niche that got you to take off like you did?
Absolutely. So I'm going to partly answer and then you can go ahead.
Answer
what do you think? Because we differ. So if you go back to the story where I said I did a vapor testing, I actually tested the market on a very niche audience.
Okay.
Because I was selling the fresh fruit and I did a survey. And 32,000 people said, hey, they would like to try this. So we did exact same niche marketing with the restaurant owners and Michelin star chefs. And say, hey, this is the product. Do you think you can pair it with something? This is what we are saying. And we got an overwhelming response. So if you look at it, where we're going is a very backdoor strategy because noise will not bring any huge value because you have to spend crazy amount of money to do the customer acquisition. So CAC is very, very hard in the brand repositioning or building a new brand. And given the very small business we're looking at who knows what a mango is, an Indian mango is. And we're just staying very niche and very niche to the best of the best chefs who can vouch it and their audience follow it. So we don't have to sell 100 million cans. We don't have to sell 10 million cans. We just got to remain niche and keep the product in the hands of right people.
Sure.
So it's been very successful so far. We haven't spent crazy amount of money in marketing at all.
Okay.
So imagine yourself with like a spicy tapas in front of you and each item you try, and in between that, you use the beer as a palate cleanser.
Okay.
Take a sip of it, you will be like...
Take a sip and then go to the next thing and then you eat that. And that's what we took to a couple of chefs that we know around Manhattan, and they were like, oh, we love this idea.
It gets paired so well.
We'll pair these 4 items that we have and we'll generate more items, tapas style items, just for around the beer. So that was our idea basically. Like we were sampling with multiple chefs and then different bartenders trying to make it into a cocktail.
Yeah, like I think, Bad Roman, highest grossing restaurant chain, right? I was hanging out with a bartender there and one of my friends, he's like, hey, I know you produce Aam Beer, can you bring it with me? For me. And I gave him a box yesterday and the Bad Roman bartender guys tried it and I wasn't even trying to sell them. They're like, hey, we'd like to try what you guys trying to do here, whatever, right?
Sure.
And those guys like, can we put this on our menu? I'm like, yeah, but no, not now. Yes.
To an extent.
Yeah, to an extent, because that's what it is. Like, people try it. They try it with food. It goes really well with spicy food. It goes with just like a refreshing beer during summer. You're thirsty. It's super great, and it's so smooth that you wouldn't feel that you're drinking a beer. It's like we call it champagne of beer.
Sure.
It has all the beer character, and it also has a whole refreshing characters of champagne.
Okay.
So,
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I think it's natural where we go with this now with scaling and operations. I mean, we've already hinted towards it. It's again very niche, can only expand so much.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have plans to expand? I mean, you've mentioned you're trying to find alternative ways to keep the taste.
Yeah.
With bringing probably more volume with the pulp is but what's the goal?
So we have now access to pretty large amount of pulp, and we are also looking at a storage facility over here in US to be able to store and get as much as we can.
Okay.
So we probably will 10x our scaling capacity with existing mango supply. We just have to probably invest behind it because we were not sure if this is going to be enough. Number one. So there is enough supply. We have basically secured the relationship with the largest exporter and a distributor of mango pulp supplier in India. So that relationship is going to give us a lot of volume. The second part of the scaling and operations would be more of like allowing who gets to be able to sell this beer. So we're right now focused on probably just the restaurants at the moment.
Yeah.
We have an online presence, but we discourage people to buy it online. We don't spend any money
Sure.
on online advertising because the beer is, and she could tell you probably, the liquor industry itself is extremely regulated in America.
So it's like a 3-tier system. We have the producers, the distributors, and then the retailers. And then it reaches the consumers. And everybody getting into these 3-stage market is very difficult because us as a new product, we have to prove them why you need to keep it, or why you as a distributor should take our product on, or why you as a retailer should keep our product, which is most trickiest part to what I felt is in India. And
everything cuts into margins. By the time it gets into the hands of the customer, it just ruins the entire business model. So now everything is expensive, and if you're going to tack on 3 or 4 parties in the middle, that's going to be a much major challenge.
Sure.
So we basically are eliminating those, getting the licenses ourselves, so that we can keep the beer price in the consumer's hand. It doesn't go too expensive.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's great. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think you've probably answered this already a little bit, but 3 to 5 years from now, am I going to be able to get this in my liquor store?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if you grow that much and you do the storage here and whatnot, I mean.
But I still believe that it should be restaurants because it's food. The mango and alcohol, I think it always goes with food.
Absolutely.
So you have wings, you have spicy Mexican food, you have spicy Indian food, Chinese food. This beer goes amazing with anything spicy.
Sure.
So always make sure you have like food next to the beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I got one last thing.
Yeah.
Highlight of the of our podcast here is we do weekly Wildcard.
Yeah, right.
So I have a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if Aam Beer had a theme song that played every time someone opened a bottle, what would it be?
Beer Run.
Beer Run.
Have you heard the song Beer Run?
I don't think so.
You should play the Beer Run song.
You have to play that song.
Oh, we'll have to play it then.
You have to play the Beer Run.
Yeah, let's play it on.
Oh, we got it.
Awesome. Yeah, let's grab some beer here.
Grab some beer with
and we should play Beer Run.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that song. Yeah, I definitely know that song. Yeah, you were spot on. That was awesome. Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome.
It's amazing.
It does.
You guys can have too.
Yeah,
So are we all set? So you should definitely play that song in there.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, Ryan will edit it. Yeah, we'll definitely be the outro song.
Yeah, right?
Awesome. Well, that's our podcast for this week, Weekly Wildcard. So thank you again, founders of Aam Beer. Go check out their website. Hopefully, maybe one day coming towards to a restaurant near you, and join us next week for another exciting episode.
Knowing that the fun is in the